meron kang interview, sinabi nga na January 2025, nagkumpuni ka na ng secret 80-page plan na ang tawag Operation Pursuit ng New York Times. Ang pagkaintindi natin, o Plan Tugis. Tama ba yun? Let's now delve deeper into the circumstances surrounding the arrest. I give up bites falsehood upon falsehood. General Torre, when were you assigned as the head of the CIDG? Dahil naalala ko, inaresto po ninyo si Pastor Kibuloy, August 24, tapos na-promote kayo. Pero by the way, congratulations, na-promote pala kayo. Wala pang isang buwan, na-promote kayo ulit. At napunta kayo sa CIDG 2024, di po ba? Isang buwan after the Kibuloy arrest, tama po ba?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were assigned to the CIDG specifically. What would you say are the main mandates of the CIDG? Anong mission nito?
We're the lead investigating unit of the PNP on matters delving on major crimes and those involving economic sabotage and other sensational cases that may be assigned by the Chief of the Philippine National Police.
So, to reiterate, it's monitoring, investigation, and prosecution of all crimes related to economic sabotage and other crimes of such magnitude to the extent that they're commissioned by highly placed or professional criminal syndicates are involved. Tama po ba yun?
Yes, ma'am.
That is your mission.
That's the general mission, ma'am.
Yes. And part of the CID mission as well is to investigate major violations of the revised penal code, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the CIDG is largely the elite investigation arm of the PNP, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Criminal Investigation and Detection Group, tama?
Yes, ma'am.
Kung ganon, yung pag-aaresto ng high-profile persons katulad ni PRRD, kasama sa core function ninyo, investigasyon pa rin ba yun?
Implementation of warrants is part of the CIDG's mandate, ma'am.
Yes, but it's the after effect. It's not the core function. Bakit kayo naging lead? Kitang-kita naman noong March 11, not only was the CIDG involved in the arrest, kayo pa rin yung lead sa operation.
Yes,
We can clearly see na kayo ang pinakamataas. You were the highest ranking member of the PNP in many of the videos.
I was directed by the Chief of the Philippine National Police, ma'am.
Yes, perhaps our Chief PNP can explain bakit yung CIDG ang naging lead samantalang investigasyon ang dapat mission nila.
Ma'am, I just want to yun sa background po natin. Yun sa PNP po, ang Interpol PCTC ang dalawa lang po yung pinapadala niya, no? Pagka dun sa PNP po, ang main task po namin, pagka PCTC, CIDG, ang sa NBI naman, NBI Interpol. So usually, pagka may request po ang PCTC, ang pinakadiretso po namin is CIDG, not any other unit when it comes to arrest po.
Pero you had the choice, ano?
Madam Chair.
Hindi naman lagi CIDG nag-aaresto nitong mga high-profile personalities. Wala naman ako nakikita ng CIDG sa TV pag nakikita yung iba't ibang krimen. Hindi naman lagi sila eh.
Ma'am, when it comes to the request of the PCTC, ang tasking po is always sa CIDG po. Yun po yung ano natin sa
Ang
PCTC.
binanggit ni Executive Director ay yung NBI. Wala siyang binanggit na CIDG.
Ma'am, when it comes to the PNP, ang PNP po, ang automatic po namin, it's from me, I always task the CIDG po when it comes to Interpol matters po.
So it's in fact your choice. General Torre is a trusted and competent general, and that's the reason you chose him.
No, ma'am, that's for me, it's always a CIDG when it comes to yung mga national po ng, ano po, ng huli po.
Yes, Senator Bato, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. General Marbel, kung si General Torre ang pinapa-operate mo doon, ibig bang sabihin na lahat ng actions niya, lahat ng ginawa niya ay sanction mo?
Opo, it's under po ng Philippine National Police po yan.
So lahat ng ginawa niya, sagot mo?
Yes, sir. Opo.
Thank you. That's the chief PNP that I would like to believe. Whatever your people does or fail to do, sagot mo. Diba?
Just want to clarify, no? Ang sinasabi po natin, all legal po. Ang sinasabi lang, we're just assisting po yung PCTC. That's reasonable po na ang request po is coming from
I'm not
PCTC po.
referring to PCTC anymore. Yung sa kabuuhan ng operation.
Dito po sa Philippine National po, lahat po ng action ng Philippine National under po sa atin, it's all legal po. When it comes to illegal, meron naman po kami mga ginagawa po dyan.
Hindi ko lang sinabi illegal. Akin lang, basta yung ginawa ng tao mo, sagot mo. Dahil ikaw si PNP, di ba? Dapat ganun. Yan man talagang kuhan natin. Trabaho natin. Sagot ko kayo lahat dahil you are carrying out my orders.
Yes, sir. Tama po yan. Kasi ang mandate po ng CID is really to effect po yung mga warrants of arrest po.
Okay, yeah, just for the record. Just for the record, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Yes, maraming salamat. Palibhasa, inassign nga ni Chief PNP si General Torre bilang lead ng pag-aaresto kay former President. Masasabi ba natin na yung aresto ni PRRD ay CIDG operation?
It's a PCTC operation, ma'am, requested to the Philippine National Police.
Pero kayo ang lead. So ikaw ang masasabi natin. Kitang-kita naman doon sa video. Kayo nagmamando. Sangkatutak yung pulis pero kayo yung pinakamataasang rango. Pagkatapos, talagang CIDG operation ng labas. Tama ba yun?
Sa level, ma'am, ng implementation ng orders, pagbigay ng mission, that is led by me, supported by the other units of the Philippine National Police, as directed by the Chief of the Philippine National Police.
That's
ma'am.
right, but I did not see any other higher-ranking generals than you. You were the only one there. You were clearly the one leading the pack and determining what would happen next.
Baka hindi lang siguro, ma'am, na nakikita ang ibang high-ranking officers doon sapagkat nakamix naman
Sinabi
nila.
mo nga, Nick, na you said that, oh, sir, ako ang pinakamataas dito.
Yes, sir.
I'm two-star, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so you stick to that.
Pero meron, sir, mga matataas na official
Oh,
doon,
pero
sir.
ikaw,
At
sinabi
together
mo
with me,
na.
sir, ha?
Sino-sino na mas mataas sa'yo at nagmamando? Wala naman kasi kaming narinig. Ikaw lang ang nandun. Wala namang masama kung ikaw ang inassign. Di syempre, gagampanan mo, di ba?
We are under the direction of the Chief PNP. He was there personally. Ang pag-implement lang, sir, ng ma'am, ng actual arrest ay ang aking ginawa, and I operated under that direction to ensure the proper service of the warrant, the observation of the law, protection of the arrested person, and ensuring his safe delivery
Okay lang.
sa kung saan man siya pinapadala sa akin.
So
ma'am.
simple lang. Was it a CIDG operation? Yes or no lang po? Para
No, ma'am.
maliwanag
That's
na.
a PNP operation.
CIDG bahagi naman ng PNP. Pero sa dinami-dami ng division, sa dinami-dami ng pangkat sa PNP, CIDG ang pinili ng Chief PNP na maglulunsad nito. Tama po ba?
That is an operation, composite operation. That is an operation headed by a composite team of the PNP led by the director of the CID, ma'am.
So, who give the orders to
The chief.
have President Duterte transported to The Hague? Sino bigay sa'yo ng order?
Sir, my order is to serve, the order that I received from the Chief of the Philippine National Police is to serve the warrant and ensure his delivery to the 250th wing, to the team that will deliver him to The Hague. On the nuances of the higher authorities, I may not be privy to that information.
Okay, hanggang doon lang sa 250. Sino nagpadala sa kanya sa aeroplano? Nagpasakay sa aeroplano?
The order for me, sir, is to deliver him to the team that will deliver him to The Hague. And
Sinong team na yun?
Na-establish naman natin, sir, that it is done by the Interpol.
Interpol. Sinong Interpol doon? Sinong Interpol doon?
Si Ambassador Lacanilaw?
Siya, kanila o nag-order sa'yo na isakay sa aeroplano?
Sir, I think we have already established. Yung order ko is for me to deliver him to the 250th wing and deliver him to the team,
Okay,
and assist the
nandun na
team.
siya sa 258 wing. Ngayon, pinilit mo siyang ilabas. Nakita ko pa yung matanda, humawak sa lamisa. Ayaw siya magpadala sa'yo. Ayaw niyang sumakay sa aeroplano. Sino nag-order sa'yo na isakay siya sa aeroplano?
Can
Sino
I defer
nag-order sa'yo?
can I defer the questions, sir? The answer to the questions to the SOJ, considering that I have a team
You
of
are the
deputy
one
there.
there. Wala si SOG doon. Ikaw ang nagkarga sa kanya sa aeroplano. Kaya tinatanong kita, who gave you the order?
Still, sir, I take my orders from the Chief of the Philippine National Police.
So, Chief PNP, you give the order to have former President Duterte board the plane?
Ma'am, I think that from the very beginning, the DOJ's advice was sought on every step of the way.
Yes, sir.
We gave the clearance to serve the warrant
Yes, sir.
of arrest.
I am asking them because they are on the ground. Sila ang nag-implement doon. Kaya, Chief PNP, you give the order to sa ADG?
The order of to the CID is really to assist the PCTC when it comes to arrest po.
So, sino nagbigay ng order kay General Torre na ipasakay sa aeroplano?
It's always the guidance that ang ano po namin is really to assist ang PCTC po.
Kaya nga, PCTC.
PCTC
Were you the
kayo.
one who ordered the boarding of President Duterte sa aeroplano?
Yes, General Alcantara, please.
Mr. Senator, Madam Chair, I've said from time to time that my mandate is to coordinate our law enforcement agencies to comply with the requirement of the Interpol.
Correct. I believe you, sir. Coordination ka lang. Correct. I believe you, sir. Coordination ka lang. Coordination ka lang. Pero sinabi ni General Marvel na ikaw daw nag-order sa
That is
kanya.
the limit of my power.
Yeah.
That's the
But
limit.
according to General Marvel, ikaw daw nag-order sa
And
kanila
that is-
na isakay sa aeroplano si
And that
Pangulong
is the
Duterte.
limit also of my authority. That's my mandate.
To
My
have
mandate
him.
is to coordinate,
Coordinate.
disseminate,
Coordinate.
disseminate.
So, for the record, hindi ka nagbigay ng order kay General Marvel na isakay siya sa aeroplano? Hindi. For the record.
For the record, I am not the authority to order the arrest, to order
So
the
just
boarding of the plane.
categorically, did you or did you not give the order to General Marvel?
No.
No. So General Marvel, are you lying?
Sir, I'm not lying, but I just want to have the executive privilege po regarding this matter. This
Ay,
operational matter.
nandito na tayo eh. Executive privilege ka dyan.
Bakit naging executive privilege?
Kanina sinabi mo, PCTC ang nagbigay ng order. Ngayon, mag-executive privilege ka.
Sino-sino na tinuro mo?
That's
eh,
why
bigay
we didn't want to
executive
attend the last
privilege.
hearing because this is what we were expecting, ma'am. We didn't want to be bullied. into a
No,
position.
we're not bullying you, sir.
Nobody's bullying.
We're not
I think
bullying you,
that
sir. We're not bullying you, sir.
you're trying to make people admit something that they will not admit. And executive
we're
privilege is a
trying to
valid
derive
excuse
information.
not to answer any question.
Secretary
President
Remulla.
Duterte is already at The Hague.
Tapos na
We're
ang
asking
boxing.
kung sino nagpadala doon sa kanya.
Sino
Yun ang
nag-order?
tanong
We're
natin.
trying to understand every step of
As
the
I said
way.
earlier, everything was cleared with the DOJ.
We are not bullying you, sir. Ha? We want the truth.
That's why if we
So,
try to make a person admit something that should not be admitted, it means that there is something more to it, which is the clearance given by the DOJ was probably the most important part of it, to serve the warrant of arrest and to surrender the person under the law.
I'm sorry, Secretary Remulla. I recall that General Torre, nagbigay siya ng interview na sinabi niya, bigyan lang ako ng eroplano. Ako nang bahala dyan. Tama po ba? Yung nabasa ko, na sinabi niyo, ako nang bahala, basta bigyan ako ng eroplano. Nabasa po namin sa media, fake news po ba yon o hindi?
Kasi kailangan niyo po talaga siyang ilipad sa dahil.
General Torre,
Please panoorin ninyo, nandyan. Arrest him, bring him to the Hague, yun lang. pakita lang.
So paano po
General
nilabas sa
Torre.
inyo ni PNP Chief Marbil na how did he say that to you? Na no matter what, we need to fly the former president to The Hague and we need to implement the ICC arrest warrant.
Arrest him and bring him to the Hague. Yun lang. Simple as that. Arrest him and bring him to the Hague. Sagot ko lang, sabi bigyan ko aeroplano. O di ayos.
And then the rest, you planned everything.
Matagal na yun eh. Ang plano na yan, matagal na yan. Hindi yan spur of the moment eh. Matagal na yan. And nagkataon lang na talagang yun, the opportunity arose.
So Secretary Remulla, nagpa-interview na si General Torre. We're not bullying him. He voluntarily gave this interview. And like many of our countrymen, napanood namin. Sinabi niya na siya talaga. Paano ba yun? Sino nag-utos sa kanya?
Ano nga yan, ma'am? Sabi ko nga, clear namin lahat yan. Kasi they were asking me the legalities. Even if I was abroad, my advice was being sought. And I gave them the advice. That,
So kayo ang
number one,
nagutos?
serve the warrant of arrest. And number two, surrender him to the Hague. That's what the law provides.
So, sir, you're the one giving the orders.
Well, in some ways, because I gave them the legal basis for all the actions that happened.
So, you're the one giving the orders.
If I have to be the one, then if I am the one
No, sir.
that is referred to, I will admit it.
Kasi-
That I gave the clearances to number one, serve the warrant of arrest as I saw it, as I deemed fit, and number two, to fly him to the Hague to be surrendered under Section 17 of Republic Act 9851.
Iba
And
kasi,
then that is, I caused this through my brother,
Yes,
who
sir.
is the Secretary of the Interior and Local Government.
sir, giving orders is different from giving clearance. Klaruhin natin ito.
Well,
Ang tinatanong ko is, sinong nag-utos? Because PNP is a uniform organization. Hindi yan gagalaw kung wala mag-uutos. Ang tinatanong namin ng komite, sino nag-uutos? Ikaw sabi mo, you're the one giving the clearance. Ngayon, ina-admit mo na parang sinasabi mo na kung gano'n man lang, di, ako na nagbibigay ng orders. So, nalalabuan ako doon. Kasi sabi mo, nagki-clearance, nagbibigay ka ng clearance sa kanila. Sa
Sir,
kanila ginagawa,
kasi
investigating the way.
it's a crisis management time eh. Kailangan maklear lahat. Dapat malinaw mag-isip yung mga taong kasama sa
Nasabihan
usapan.
mo na ahead of time. Nakakita na lahat yan.
Tinatanong nila sa akin kung ano nga. Ang sinabi ko talaga dyan, number one, you can serve the warrant. And number two, Hague. Surrender him to the Hague under the law.
So-
That is what the law provides.
So ang ibig sabihin, nalaman na ninyo na may warrant bago pa umabot yung March 11, 3 a.m. na sinasabi.
Hindi po. Nalaman
may clearance na
una,
before
sasabihin ko
March
sa inyo,
11.
nalaman ko po na merong problema nung March 9, ako po yung nasa airport at sinasabi sa akin, mukhang may mga chismis na merong warrant.
So balik tayo sa
Pero
chismis.
chismis mo yun. Kung alam ko kung totoo yun, hindi na po ako lumipad. I would have stayed here. Pero I had to fly because I had a commitment
So nautusan ninyo ng March
with the
9.
UNODC.
So nautusan ninyo ng March 9 si PNP Chief
Hindi ho,
Marbil?
nung dumating po yung warrant, yung diffusion order, pinadala po sa akin yan. Siyempre, ang technology naman, nasa Vienna po ako, kahit iba yung oras. Nung nakita ko po yung diffusion order, sabi ko, that's valid. You can serve it. Tsaka yung may warrant na kasama kasi yun eh. May warrant po kasama na pinadala sa akin eh. Sabi ko, it's a valid warrant.
Akala ko yung diffusion hindi warrant. Bakit
Hindi ba, may
hindi ka
kasama
naman
ko
tayo sa
warrant yun.
unang usapin?
It had an accompanying warrant which was given to me. And that warrant was the one that was served to the former president.
Balikan muna natin ang CIDG, ano? Kasi sinabi nga dito sa interview na pinanood natin na alam na ninyo na meron kayong papel sa pag-aaresto. Masasabi ba ninyo na well-planned itong arrest? Kasi it was planned weeks in advance. May nakita tayo dito na naabutan na ninyo, matagal ng plano yan. Pwede ba nating paliwanag itong statement po ninyo, anticipation? Kasi yan ang actually pagdating ko, may plano na. Anticipation ng warrant. Sabi ninyo pagdating nyo. So dumating kayo mga bandang September, meron na yan.
Ma'am, maraming salamat talaga sa tanong na yan. For me to clarify that statement na natitwist na sa social media. That interview is made from the context of the chief of the CIDG. Isang part lamang ng PNP, maliit lang akong parte ng PNP, na may sariling mandato. Kaya tumatakbo sa akin, ma'am, yung crisis, palaging tumatakbo dyan bilang operations officer, bilang commander, yung 4 Ps of contingency planning. Predict, prevent, prepare, perform. Palaging may plano. Dahil nagbabasa ako ng dyaryo, ito may possibility na lalabas ang mga to. So, naghahanda ako na pag inutusan ako ng Chief PNP, hindi ako magsimula sa zero. So, it's not about anything, about sinister or anything, but it's just part of my job to plan for it. So, ano ang mga dapat pag may lumabas may mga wanted person, in-anticipate natin lalabas ang
So
warrant.
hindi pa dumarating yung diffusion notice noong March 11, may plano ka na.
Hindi ko po dinidinayan, ma'am. Part ng aking trabaho ang mag-prepare ng contingencies.
Tama,
para
hindi
pag
naman
nautusan
kita
ako, naka-ready
binibintang.
po yan, ma'am.
Meron kang interview, sinabi nga na January 2025, nagkumpuni ka na ng secret 80-page plan na ang tawag Operation Pursuit ng New York Times. Ang pagkaintindi natin, o Plan Tugis. Tama ba yun?
Wala po akong sinabing ganyan, ma'am. Kung sino man ang source niyan, I'm not very sure about it.
Lumabas sa lahat ng media, sa GMA, pati New York Times, sinabi.
Pwede po natin makita, ma'am, kung
Hindi ko
possible.
alam. Yan lang ang nabasa ko, katulad ng marami. Operation Pursuit, tapos translate o Plan Tugis.
Okay, may pangalan na ba ako na
Napakakapal.
naging source, ma'am, kung pwede ko makita? Kasi until this point, gusto ko rin po, ma'am, maraming salamat sa pag-clarify nito. Gusto ko sana makita, ma'am, yung
Ang
pangalan ko
sinabi,
talaga.
ang PNP, ang nagplano na ng isang Oplan Tugis.
I'm just one of the...
Napakahaba ng...
Ayun lang, ma'am, I'm just one of the 220... Unfortunately, I'm just one of the 220,000 police of the PNP right now. Kung sino source nila, gusto ko sana nga makita, ma'am, na ang pangalan ko talaga is dyan, na sinabi ko yan. Kasi na-attribute sa akin yan, ma'am, eh. Kaya I'm really thankful
Yeah,
at this opportunity to clear that...
Yes, Senator
Ano yan?
Bato.
News.
Andyan, oh.
How about that Chief PNP? Hindi kayo source yan?
Yeah, sabi kasi si PNP Chief Marbil, inutusan si General Torre na ilalagay si Presidente Duterte under police custody as soon as the ICC issues the arrest warrant.
Wala po kaming ganyan at hindi ko po nakita yung Oplan Tugis na sinasabi nyo ngayon.
So ibig sabihin yung New York Times, lahat ng local media, sinungaling. Okay lang, I mean sabihin lang natin alin yung totoo, alin yung hindi, para maliwanagan kami.
Madam Chair, mas naniniwala ako sa kanila pag sinabi nila yan kaysa dyan sa mga lumalabas sa balita. Kapag sinabi nila na hindi sila ang source, naniniwala ako.
Okay, paniwalaan natin. Tama naman, dapat paniwalaan ng kapulisan. Meron ba kayong memorandum, document, outline tungkol dito sa aresto ng March 10 or March 11? Bago pa dumating yung warrant, meron na ba kayong plano? Kasi sabi nga ninyo, General Torre, lagi kayo naghahanda for any eventuality. Crisis management nga naman.
For the specific, yung March 11, ma'am, wala talagang pre-planned na sinasabing itong specific. Kaya on the fly ngayon, ma'am, na ginawa, ma'am. So everything that was done there, based on the contingencies, meron tayong mga, may situation analysis, may...
Pero sinabi rin ninyo, matagal ng plano yan.
Yes, ma'am.
Naabutan ko na yan. Pagdating ko, meron na yan. Anticipation na kami.
Actually, ma'am, pinaka-mother of plan yan, ma'am, baka kasi yung pursuit na yan, hindi tugi sa pinagsimulan, baka manhunt. Kaya pursuit, baka manhunt yung manhunt Charlie natin, na mayroong ganyan ang PNP.
Hindi
The
eh.
accounting of wanted persons.
Hindi po, General Torre, kasi may PNP memos for deployment. Pinirmahan ni Chief PNP Marbil, March 10 pa lang. Wala pang arrest warrant, magde-deploy na tayo ng kapulisan sa NCR at pati na rin sa Davao. Di ba? May memo tayo, pinakita natin nung first hearing. Yes, Chief Marbil, please.
Ma'am, that's a regular deployment po yung pinapadala po natin. Yun po yung ano natin.
Bakit kayo nagde-deploy? Wala pang warrant?
There's that's already part of the contingencies. Kasi, hindi naman natin madi-deny na napaka-high profile ni PRRD. Ito na nga, may preparation na may probability na lalabas itong order na to. On my part, lalabas ang
Pero
order na to.
sabi, nung unang hearing ni Secretary John Vic, na chismis lang naman, magde-deploy ka sa chismis lamang?
There's really no harm in erring on the side of caution, ma'am. Palaging ganyan. Prevent after the prediction. We prevent whatever. Kaya palaging predict yan ang scanning the operational environment, threat assessments,
So wala
preparation
talagang
IPD.
plano. Pero sinabi mo, matagal ng plano yan. Alin ba talaga?
The contingencies are there, ma'am. Hindi na sinasabing wala talaga kaming alam at wala kaming pinaghahandaan. May contingencies tayo, ma'am. So it's always there.
So you're
part of the
saying that
PNP.
it was just general contingency planning?
Yes, ma'am.
No specific incident was anticipated? Although, sinabi rin ninyo, anticipation ko na yan.
Pagdating ng mga...
Anticipation ng warrant ng ICC. That's very specific po.
Ma'am.
Hindi siya generic contingency
Opo.
planning.
Part na ho ng aking trabaho na ma'am yan, nakita ko na, sabi ko, naku, paano pag nautusan ako bigla, lumabas ang warrant at i-implement ito. Nasa Hong Kong ang ating subject. So, that's all part of the anticipation already and the
So in
contingency
fact, there was a
planning.
plan.
Ma'am,
So in fact, there was a plan.
There was a-
Kasi nag-anticipate na kayo na
In-adjust na
magkakaroon
lang.
ng warrant.
ina-adjust natin ang contingencies, ma'am. Ina-adjust ko ang contingencies so that pagdating ng specific na order
Kayo lang
sa
ang
akin,
nagplano mag-isa sa buong PNP.
I'm the head of the CIDG, ma'am. I have,
Pero kayo lang ang nagplano
I have
ng
2,000
operation.
people. I have 2,000 people under
understand,
me.
sir. I understand, General. And we respect the CIDG for its outstanding track record. Kaya lang, tinatanong ko lang, kasi sinabi ninyo na iba-ibang grupo ang nagkumpune ng task force o kung ano man ang tawag doon, na iba-ibang bahagi ng PNP, hindi lang naman CIDG kasi ayaw ninyong tawagin na CIDG operation. Sino-sino pa ang kasama sa planning dito sa anticipation ng ICC warrant?
Thank you very much for the praises to the CIDG, ma'am, first and foremost. Ako rin, ma'am, ang naglabas ng mga request na ito po ang mga components na kailangan, ang mga makakailangan ko at
Sino-sino
ma-engage
po?
just in case na ito ay it will come down. So if you have seen, meron doon mga Special Action Force, kasi nga, ni-request ko ang mga yon. I requested them through the Chief PNP. Sir, I need the Special Action Force. I also need the NCRPO to stand by on alert na ang kanilang mga civil disturbance management ay mag-ready rin just in case na magkaroon ng mga rally, magkaroon ng mga mass movements. Ready rin kami
So kahit papano, hindi totoo na walang plano kasi may anticipation ka na eh.
Ah,
At saka
definitely, ma'am.
nananawagan ka na sa iba't
Definitely.
ibang tropa.
Definitely, we are denying that plan from the context of being sinister and really plotting against the former president. It's not like that. We are just making sure that the PNP will be up to its mandate of protecting the peace and order and the well-being of the citizens, even though this an event as controversial as this goes down.
So Chief Marbil, tama ba inauthorize ninyo na tawagan yung iba't ibang pangkat ng PNP si General Torre? Siya nang namahala ng lahat.
Ma'am, ako po ang in charge po ng Philippine National Police. I just ordered General Torre to prepare. Yun po yung contingency natin kasi we heard from the news coming from the former president that there will be an ICC. That's
Pero
coming-
iba-iba na yung mga grupo na tinatawagan niya, hindi na si IGG lang.
That's ma'am, dun sa atin sa ano natin, meron po yung power ng CIDG that's really to help from other units po. Okay naman po sa Philippine National Police po yan.
Okay, eto naman tayo sa mga nangyari doon sa Villamor na, no, sa 250th. Ano na ang nangyari doon? Gusto lang natin malaman at itatanong kung ano nangyari dahil nandito na tayo, no? Umabot na tayo sa Villamor. Was there a time na may binantaan ka o tinakot o pinagsabihan kung sino man doon?
At the end of the day, ma'am, everything that happened in the 250th wing is for the purpose of bringing the former president to the plane peacefully. So, nandun yung continuum on the application of forces. So, nandun yung pakiusap muna na ginawa namin simula pa nang siya ay ma-take into custody up to nang isasakay na siya. So, continuum forces, pakiusap and everything. And kailangan there's always a time to tell them that,
parang hindi na pakiusap ang nangyari.
ma'am,
Kasi inaresto na ninyo si Attorney Medialdeo, sabi ninyo, obstruction of justice, tama?
force continuum, ma'am.
At
Na hindi
sinabi
na
rin
nila sa
ninyo
pakiusap.
doon sa last hearing natin, under oath, sinabi naman ninyo na talagang hinandcuff ninyo at binasahan na ninyo ng Miranda,
Because
tama?
on the force continuum, ma'am, pataas ang application of force. Pinakiusap ko, 10 oras na nakikiusap, hindi masunod, and alas 12 na, mag-alas 10 na, lilipad ng aeroplano,
Pero teka,
in-elevate ko ng konti. So, I
nandidiin
became
ka
forceful
na.
at that time.
Okay. Pero ang tanong, bakit inaresto? May paghadlang ba sa proseso ng batas? May tunay ba na obstruction of justice? May panahon ba na pinigilan ni E.S. Medialdea kung sino man testigo na magsalita? Binago ba niya? Sinira ba niya yung mga dokumento? Tinago ba niya ang makakatakas na suspect? Lahat ng obstruction of justice, may pekeng pangalan ba na binigay? Pinagtatanggal niya na paglitis ng isang krimen, lahat ba yun? Talagang obstruction of justice. Alin bahagi dyan ng obstruction?
Ang specific po nung ginawa ni E.S. Medialdea para siya ay aking arestuin sa obstruction of justice, he prevented me from taking physical custody of President Duterte so that he can be boarded on the bus that will bring him on the plane. Yun ma'am. Kaya part yun, I read him his right. Kaya pataas na pataas ma'am ang level ng...
So talaga na...
How did he prevent you? Kasi ang nakita ko naman, naglagay lang naman siya ng upuan dun para upuan ng dating Pangulo.
He's placing himself between me and the former president, ma'am.
Umarang siya. Kaya ba niyang harangan yon? Daan-daan pulis ang kasama mo?
Ako ma'am, ang personal narang niya, which is kailangan ko siyang alisin so that I can actually order my men to take custody of the former president and bring him to The Hague.
Ang dami-dami po ninyo. May kakayahan ba o kapangyarihan si E.S. Medialdea na hadlangan ka at yung libo-libong kapulisan na dalhin si PRRD sa Hague?
Yes ma'am, kasi nung nandun siya hindi namin nagawa. Pero inaresto ko siya, nagawa namin ma'am.
Tama ba yun? Klaro ba kayo na ang ginawa lang, ang sinabi nyo sa last hearing, ang sabi ninyo, he was blocking my way, preventing us. He placed another chair at the side of the president for the former president to sit. Yun lang, naglagay lang ng upuan. Obstruction of justice na ba yan?
Opo ma'am, kasi ma'am kung hindi siya umalis doon, hindi namin talaga maisakay sa bus si former president. Kaya nga,
Dahil lang sa isang upuan?
no ma'am, pag umupo siya uli, problema na uli yun ma'am. Paano namin siya mapalakad? Di, bubuhatin namin siya.
Libo-libo
Which is, I
naman
really don't
kayo.
want to do. Yes ma'am.
Apakaklaro naman sa PD 1829. Yung obstruction of justice, iilan lang naman ang patakaran, ilan lang yung pamamagitan para obstruction. Wala namang sinasaad doon na, lalagyan mo ng upuan para maupo yung matanda. Meron bang ganun?
Ma'am, basta bottom line lang po dito ma'am. After he was removed from the area, wala pang 5 minutes ma'am, the former president said, let's go. Kaya siya ay
So,
sumakay
what
ng bus.
particular mode?
Wag mong gawing justification yan na General Torre na porque na-handcuff mo na si A.S. Medialdea, in 5 minutes, nadala mo na kaagad si Pangulong Duterte sa aeroplano. Ang tanong dito ngayon, yung pag-handcuff mo ba, anong justification mo? Yun lang naman. Yun naman, bakit?
I stand by it, sir. I read him his rights and tell him what law is violated, and I arrested him and told him exactly what is the basis of my arrest for him. And lawyer siya, sumama naman sa akin sir ng maayos, si E.S. Medialdea. Actually, hindi ko na nga
Sino hindi
nailagay.
sasama doon? Kadami ninyo doon.
Kaya nga
Handcuff
sir,
na ninyo.
ganun lang talaga sir siguro dahil there's really a need to put an end on everything at that night na
So
kailangan matapos na yung situation.
Balik tayo. Ilang beses mo na inulit-ulit. Hulihin si President Duterte at dalhin sa daig. Yun talaga mission mo.
Yes sir.
Sino nag-order sa'yo?
the Chief of the Philippine National Police, sir.
Si Senator Robin nagtsatsaga rito, sabi niya magsasalita din daw siya. Okay lang.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair.
Maraming salamat po sa ating ginang tagapangulo at kay General Bato, Senator Bato. A'udhu billahi minasyaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Bismillahi wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillahi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Pasensya na po, ako po kasi may press con. Kailangan po akong makaalis kaagad. Gusto ko lamang pong iparating sa lahat na wala na po dito si Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Ito pong mga pinag-uusapan natin, ito po ay pagsuporta lang namin kay Senator Amy. Pero alam niyo po sa ating mga magigiting na panauhin dito, napaka-ironic lamang po na alam naman po natin lahat, batid natin lahat, nadadalawang pangulo lang po ang lumaban sa komunista. Una, si Ferdinand Marcos Sr. Ano po ang nangyari? Inalis natin sa bansa. Ang sumunod na lumaban po sa komunista ay si Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Ang tanong ko lamang po sa PNP, hindi ko po kayo hinuhusgahan. Hindi po ba nyo tinanong man lang sa mga nag-uutos po sa inyo kung bakit natin dadalhin sa The Hague ang ating dating Pangulo na alam naman po natin na buhay ang Communist Party sa Netherlands. Alam naman po natin na hinihingi natin dati na i-transport dito si Joma Sison dalhin dito sa Pilipinas. Pero nagkabaliktad po, ang tinransport natin ay yung dating Pangulo natin na lumaban sa komunista. Ito lamang po, tanong ko, bilang ako po'y dating rebelde. Hindi ko naman po yan pinagkakaila. Hindi ko po maintindihan kung bakit tayo po ay nag-submit dito sa mga tiga-Netherlands. Alam naman po natin, kahit po itanong ninyo, ako po ay palagi dyan sa Utrecht. Kasama po si Joma. Hindi ko po yan dinideny. Pero nakakagulat lamang po na dinala natin doon ang dating Pangulo. Yung po ba, hindi po ba alam ng PNP na karamihan po sa mga dumadating na pera sa komunista, sa mga terorista, ay galing po sa abroad. Yan po yung mga tanong na kailangan ko po sanang itanong sa inyo at marinig ang mga sagot ninyo, pero naubos na po ang oras natin sa paikot-ikot. Ako po ay gusto ko pong iparating sa inyo ang kalungkutang napakalalim. Sapagkat sama-sama po tayong lumaban. Gusto po natin ng law and order sa ating bansa. Pero pagdating po sa kaduluduluhan, alam niyo po, General Torre, congratulations, nakadalawang medalya na po kayo. Pero alam niyo po, sir, nalulungkot po ako dahil yung katapangan po ninyo, sir, medyo nakalulungkot po. Bakit? Handa na po ni former President, sir. Ako naman po tagahanga ninyo sa pagka-matapang ninyo, sir, pero napakatanda na po ni former President. At alam naman po natin, sir, na lumaban yan sa komunista. Alam niyo yan, sir. Sana naging konting ano lang po tayo ba? Binigyan naman natin ng konting kung paano natin tinitingnan yung mga medalya nyo. Hindi lang nalagyan ng medalya si Presidente, pero kung sa medalya ang pag-uusapan, tinulungan niya tayo laban sa mga terorista. Yun lamang po, sir. Sana napakasakit isipin. Ito pong bagay na ito, parang pati pong ambassador natin. Ano po ba talaga ang ito po ba talagang operation para may alis dito ang ating dating Pangulo? Kanino po ba? Kasi kami pinopuwersa kami lahat ng mga supporter ni Digong. Na-contempt po kayo. Pero hindi po namin ginagawa. Sapagkat ang order, walang order sa amin na ipakontempt kayo. Kung galing lang to kay PRRD o galing kay BP na pa-contempt, ko-contempt kita, boss. Baka ako pa magsabi na ako hahatak sa'yo. Pero hindi ko ginagawa, boss. Kasi walang order sa amin na gawin sa inyo yan. Ang natatandaan lang po namin na sinabi ni PRRD na malinaw na ginagawa ng pulis ang order sa kanila. Kaya po namin kayo nirirespeto siya dahil yun ang sinabi ng boss namin. Yun ang sinabi ng chairman ng PDP na ginagawa lang ng pulis ang trabaho nila. Pero sana naman, sir, isipin din natin kung anong itinanim ni PRRD sa bansang ito. Nilabanan natin ang komunista. Talaga bang yan ba talaga ang kapalaran ng mga presidenteng lumalaban sa komunista? Isang in-exile, isang sinurrender? Ano pa po talaga itong bansa natin? Tayo po ba'y demokratiko talaga? Tayo po ba'y under control ng komunista? Yun lamang po. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Magandang hapon. Salamat po.
Maraming salamat, Senator Robin Hood Padilla. At mabalik tayo dito sa obstruction of justice na hindi namin maintindihan. Pagkat yung paglalagay nga ng upuan, parang hindi naman yun sapat para sa Section 1 ng PD 1829. Ang liwaliwanag, nakalista ron kung paano. So, parang wala namang basehan para arestuhin si E.S. Medialdea. It's just blocking you. Sabi mo, palibasa malaking tao, naglagay ng upuan. Ganun ba yun? Yes, General Torre. Yun na yun. Talagang, yun na yung base mo.
Ma'am, he has been doing that for the past 10 hours, preventing us from physically taking custody of the president, of the former president. So,
Physically? Kasi nakita
Yes, ma'am.
naman namin tsaka lang tumayo tapos kumuha ng upuan. So, did you actually arrest E.S. Medialdea in order to threaten or coerce PRRD to get on the plane?
I
Nananakot
threatened,
po kayo? Or baka naman kayo ang nananakot, hindi naman
the word threatened may not be
Medialdea.
appropriate at this time, ma'am. I just arrested E.S. Medialdea based on the facts that I see at that time, which is obstruction of justice.
Sa anong paraan na hinahadlangan ni E.S. Medialdea yung proseso? Kasi hindi ko maintindihan hindi ko talaga makita.
He is physically restraining us from taking custody with the
I don't see
president.
him touching you. Wala dyan sa video, hindi ka naman hinahawakan.
Nasa gitna siya, ma'am, namin. He
Ang
is
dami-dami
placing himself-
naman ninyo, kayang-kaya ninyong paligiran yung tao So palagay ko, paikot-ikot tayo dito sa istorya. Ako hindi naniniwala na may obstruction of justice. As a matter of fact, bakit hindi ninyo dinala si E.S. Medialdea sa kulungan nung gabing yun? Kasi pinusasan mo na, nag-Miranda rights ka na, ba't hindi mo dinala sa preso?
I have the option to file the case which way I deem appropriate at that time, ma'am. At ang nakita ko, dahil siya ay sumama sa former president sa aeroplano, I would just file the case later at the time. Depende na rin sa akin yun, ma'am, bilang arresting officer, whether I would like to
Lahat yun
pursue the
pwedeng
case
gawin
or
ng
not.
arresting officer, sigurado
ma'am.
ka?
Yes,
Kasi,
ma'am.
di ba, arrested person, 1 minute si E.S. Medialdea. Pagkatapos, di mo naman dinala sa kulungan. Ang ginawa mo, sinakay mo sa aeroplano, naging pasahero sa Hague. Paano nangyari yun? Tumakas ba siya sa kustodiya mo? Pinatakas mo ba? Rinilis mo ba? Ano nangyari doon? Inaresto mo tapos rinilis. Anong klase yun?
Those are decisions made in the context ng situation during the time, ma'am. So, sumakay siya sa aeroplano,
Teka lang.
pinasakay namin siya.
When did you release him? Kasi di ba nakaposas na nga
Yes,
siya.
ma'am.
Tapos binasahan ninyo at inaresto. Gaano katagal siya arestado?
Actually, ma'am, nilagyan ko lang siya ng posas nang inaresto ko siya.
Oo.
And then, hindi nga niya mailagay ang kanyang kamay
Tama.
sa likod dahil na medyo malaki siya.
Oo.
So, even before we took less than 10 steps, hindi pa kami nakalabas dun sa pintuan ng room na yun, ma'am. Hindi ko na ikinabit ang isa pang posas. And then, when he was in the bus, tinanggal ko na yung posas at pinasakay si Miss Medialdea. Sabi ko, maraming salamat sir, antayin mo na muna antayin mo na muna ang presidente dito sa bus para sabayan mo siya papunta sa aeroplano.
Ang sinasabi niyo, diskarte mo na yon.
Yes, ma'am.
Diskarte mo. Pero hindi ba maliwanag na kapag arestado yung isang tao, hindi pwedeng palayain kung walang court order na naman? At saka kailangan may legal basis. Kahit may obligasyon ka, arestuhin because a crime is being committed in front of you. Hindi ba Article 223 yan ng ating revised penal code, infidelity in the custody of prisoners?
I am
Bakit
the
mo
arresting...
pinalaya?
I am the arresting officer, ma'am, and I have the option to file the case which way I want it. Whether I will present him for inquest or I will go a regular filing on the prosecutor's
But having
office.
arrested him, you cannot just release him. Bawal yun, di ba? Nasa revised penal code po, infidelity in the custody of prisoners. He's already a prisoner. You may also have violated your precious Article 125 for failing to deliver ES Medialdea to the proper authorities within 18 hours. A provision that you're very familiar with. Di ba sinabi ninyo, mamalasin naman kayo pag hindi ninyo sinurrender. Ba't hindi mo ginawa?
Again, ma'am, those are judgment calls that I made to ensure
Not
the
judgment
accomplishment of my
calls.
mission.
They are procedures.
They're the law.
They are
Yes, ma'am.
procedures.
I made that judgment call, the decision to just release him and bring him on the plane based on the prevailing situation as I saw it during the time. I think that's the most prudent. I really thought at that time that's the most prudent thing to do to ensure that the primary mission of bringing the president to The Hague is accomplished.
So to your mind, General Torre, you are empowered by law to release an arrested person without any order of any court. You're given the authority to arrest the person, release him kung gusto mo. Basta ikaw ang magdidiskarte. Ganun lang yon. Wala kang pakialam sa batas, sa revised penal code, sa lahat ng pinagbabawal. Ganun ba yun?
That's not the context that I made those decisions, ma'am. That's
Masasabi
not
lang
in
eh.
those contexts.
Saan ka naman nakakita, inaresto mo yung tao, tapos isasakay mo, papuntang Hague. Anong klase yun? Nandito pa ba si Attorney Delgra? Sa online?
I'm here.
Andito pa
Madam Chair.
pala si Attorney Delgra. Sige, tatanong ko lang, kasi nakita namin yung video, pakita lang yung video, kung saan kinakaladkad si Attorney Delgra ni General Torre. General Torre, gumamit ka ba ng dahas laban sa sinuman na nandun sa Villamor? Kasi nakita namin nagkakaladkad ka eh.
Ah.
Kanina pa eh. Hindi naman dapat, ilan ang hinuli ngayong araw na ito, sir? Sa iba-ibang mga krimen. Ilan ang binigyan ng ganitong... Kasi nandito kayo lahat eh. Hindi sa tao. Ilan ang binigyan ng ganitong tao. Dami ko rin sa labas. Sa daw kayo namin.
Sir, hindi ko hindi ng just invoke Article 59. Bakit hindi yan magawa-gawa? That's precisely the point I'm saying. That's precisely the point.
Pero, please na, bawal hawakan.
Ano yung hindi rin
Bawal hawakan! Bawal hawakan. Pwede ko na lang. Bawal
The right to counsel is something that has to be observed and respected. Kasi nga,
lawyer.
Huwag na tayo.
Lawyer, bawal hawakan.
Usap pa kami.
Bawal hawakan.
Okay.
Attorney, please, man. Subscribe to work.
Kayo mga
General Torre, anong masasabi ninyo dito? Hindi ba yung pagtanggal ng upuan at pagkaladkad, paggagamit ng dahas? Si
Ma'am,
Attorney Delgra ba, tinakot ka ba? Nagbanta ba sa'yo o sa fellow officers mo? Physically, he was hindering you na naman from bringing PRRD to the plane. Bakit niyo ginawa yan?
Ma'am, thank you very much for again showing that video for us, for giving us a chance to clarify the context of that video. Yan nga ma'am, kitang-kita naman natin kung hindi natin ginawa yon. Sasama ba ng kusa si President Duterte na sasakay sa aeroplano kung hindi natin i-escalate ang ating
Ang
mga...
sinasabi niyo, General
ating-
Torre, gawain at tamang gawain ng kapulisan ang magbanta, kaladkarin at gumamit ng dahas sa sino mang iaarestuhin nila?
Ma'am, may time na nga inaaresto natin, tinututukan pa natin ng baril eh. So, that is in the force continuum.
Kaya okay to.
Ibig sabihin, ma'am, presence lang natin, kausapin lang natin, that's the first step, okay yan. Hindi nag-comply, lalabas tayo ng non-lethal weapon. Hindi pa rin nag-comply, we escalate on the other tactics that is deemed necessary and allowed by law na gamitin
Allowed by
natin.
law? Sigurado ka ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Talaga?
That is part allowed by law and by regulations, the appropriate measures to ensure that the person is taken into physical custody.
Teka muna, hindi mo
Reasonable
naman
necessity, ma'am.
inaaresto si Attorney Delgra. Ano ba yung sinasabi mo?
Ma'am,
Hindi naman si Attorney Delgra inaaresto eh.
inaalis ko siya actually,
Bakit
ma'am.
kaya si Delgra pinag-iinitan mo at pinagbuhatan ng kamay, kinaladkad kung sa website?
Actually, ma'am, inaalis ko na siya so that other people can actually ask the president to stand up
Pero
and go
tinakot
to the
mo siya eh.
plane.
Hinila-hila mo eh.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Attorney Delgra, gusto ninyo.
Because hindi naman siya aalis kung hindi natin gagawin sa kanya yon.
Tinakot ba ninyo, Attorney Delgra, naging
Madam President. Madam Chair.
Attorney Delgra, nandiyan pa kayo?
I've been listening to the answers of General Torre. Mali ata yung context na sinasabi niya. If I may.
Yes, please proceed, Attorney Delgra. Hindi naman kayo
Thank you,
inaaresto.
Madam
Bakit
Chair.
kayo binantaan? Bakit kayo kinaladkad? Hindi namin maintindihan.
Tama po, Madam Chair. Pati po ako, hindi ko rin maintindihan kung bakit ginawa ni General Torre sa akin yun. No? But what we have been saying, si E.S. Mildaldea, pati po ako, nandun sa tabi ng dating Pangulo, ina-advise po namin siya as our counsel to invoke what the legal remedies available to him. Yung pong una, yung sinasabi ko na rin dito sa video, yung Article 59 ng Rome Statute, na kailangan siyang dalhin doon sa competent judicial authority ng custodial state. And the former president understood it very well. And that's the reason why he keeps on telling General Torre na dalhin siya sa korte. Pangalawa, which General Torre has not amplified a bit. Earlier, as mentioned, the doctor was able to get in, and the doctor herself said that there is a medical emergency na kailangan i-admit ang dating Pangulo sa hospital. And we have said that a number of times, me personally, to General Torre, and he has repeatedly denied the request. Yung po ang katotohanan dyan, patungkol doon sa rights ng dating Pangulo that he be brought to the hospital for a medical emergency. At one time, we even have an exchange with General Torre, and I hope he will admit this before the committee. I asked him na may medical emergency, and he was asking for a medical abstract. Sabi ko, we don't have a medical abstract because the situation is fluid. We just learned about it now. You want to talk to the doctor? He doesn't want to talk to the doctor who was already there examining the former president. And that's how it happened. As it turned out, we knew all along that he will never be taken out of Villamor except into the plane and onto the Hague. Yun talaga ang plano, and he has in fact admitted it already in the interviews and before the Senate committee. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, General Torre. May isasagot po ba kayo dyan? Dahil eto nga, nagbanta ba si Attorney Delgra sa inyo o sa mga opisyal ninyo? Was he physically hindering you from bringing PRRD to the plane? Was he committing a crime? Yes, General Torre. Bakit siya kinaladkad? Hindi namin maintindihan.
As Attorney Delga has himself admitted, sinasabi niya may medical emergency, may mga opinion ng doctors niya, which is contrary to the opinion of our doctors. And I think we can put that to rest already na walang medical emergency because the President himself, before he landed the plane, made a video sent to her daughter, posted on the internet, saying that he's okay. So I think talagang ngayon,
Hindi ang
nasubstantiate
pasyente
natin,
nagsasabi noon ng doktor ko.
nasubstantiate-
Na personal choice, by the way.
nasubstantiate
Hindi
natin,
yung,
ma'am,
army doctor.
na wala nga talagang medical emergency. And
Balik
we have the
tayo kay
hindsight
Attorney Delgra.
of a 2020 vision,
Okay lang yung collateral damage, yung mga katabi ni Presidente Duterte. Okay lang na saktan, arestuhin, na walang kasalanan yung mga katabi at nandyan para lang sumuko si PRRD.
Ma'am, I do believe that everything that I did during the time are all within the ambit of the law. Kung ngayon, kung may mga taong gusto magreklamo at reklamo ako, I can answer them on the proper forum if they file the appropriate charges in court. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, Attorney Delgra, did you think you were going to be the next to be arrested? Ang sinabi
Yes,
ninyo
Madam
kasi
Chair. After,
ang sinabi
he-
ni General Torre nung nakaraang hearing, nung first hearing, you are going to arrest Attorney Delgra. Tama po?
After I arrested AS Mijaldea, ma'am, when I came back to the room, I told him, you're the next. So he stepped out and then left PRRD and PRRD said, let's go.
Eh tinakot mo na, bakit hindi mo inaresto si Attorney Delgra?
He already stopped preventing me from doing my job. So umalis na siya.
How was
There's no
he
need for me.
preventing you? Hindi namin makita sa video, Attorney Delgra, you stopped preventing him. What exactly were you doing that prevented him?
Perhaps if I may recall, just a few minutes before that, Madam Chair, sinabi ni General Torre na inaresto niya na si ES Mijaldea at ako na yung susunod. Sa totoo lang, pagkatapos niya, and then eventually, minutes thereafter, sumunod na si former President. And which is not true. Kasi pagkatapos ng umalis na si ES Mijaldea, nagbanta pa si General Torre na hihilain ko yan. I was still there beside the President. And actually, I did not left the side of the President. I was pulled out by one of the PNP personnel away from the President. And that's shortly thereafter, a few seconds thereafter, they were able to secure the body of the former President. Ando na, maraming mga PNP na who surrounded the former President. And that was when I realized that they were able to secure the former President. And I realized then that he would now be brought to The Hague, as what General Torre has been telling us throughout the day that he will do it.
So, obstruction of justice ang sinasabi ninyo tungkol kay Attorney Delgra at kay ES Mijaldea, pero hindi na inaresto si Attorney Delgra. Tama po ba? Kasi sumakay na si PRRD sa eroplano.
Yes, ma'am.
Kung tutuusin, hindi na kailangan magbuhat ng kamay, magkaladkad, hilain. Kasi sumama naman pala eh.
After I made it very, very clear that the escalation of yung aking pag-i-insist na sumunod sila sa aking sinasabi na sumakay si Presidente sa aeroplano, ay talagang nakita nilang desidido at determinado tayo doon. So, in
Disidido
fairness
kayo
naman,
hanggang sa nananakot kayo, nagbabanta kayo, nanghihila na kayo, physical na yung hawak ninyo.
for whatever it's worth, ma'am, wala namang umabot. And I would like to give credit to Attorney Delgra and to the former President na hindi na umabot ganong level sapagkat sila naman ay sumunod na, si former President ay sumunod na at sumakay sa aeroplano after all those things happened.
Pero napakaliwanag sa ating revised penal code, sa obstruction of justice, napakaliwanag rin sa manual ng PNP na dapat walang force, violence, threat, intimidation, or other means to vitiate the free will of the arrested person. So, bawal pa rin yun, di ba, sa manual ninyo? Bawal talaga yung paggagamit ng dahas, pananakot, pambabanta. Bawal yun eh.
Ma'am, the word there is reasonable force. Ang bottom line ng context ng lahat ng yan ay reasonable force. Kaya nga,
Was it reasonable given that Attorney Delgra was just sitting there and saying that Article 59 should apply? Bawal ba magsalita?
tapos na yung panahon na yun, ma'am, ng pagkipag-argumento. Sinabi ko rin sa kanila dyan, ma'am, kung hindi nila sinabi dyan
Yun ang bigay ng
sa-
taning, ba't nagmamadali?
sa mga video na
Palagi
gabi
ko
na yan,
mga
ma'am, no?
karapatan walang taning.
Ang sabi ko nga dyan, ma'am, is, again, I will reiterate it to this forum, hindi ito ang lugar para kayo makipag-argumento sa batas. Ito ay panahon na in-implement namin ang warrant at dapat sumakay na si PRRD sa eroplano. Kung may reklamo kayo, asuntuhin nyo na lang kami. And again, I would like to reiterate that standpoint na I do believe personally that everything that I did was within the ambit of the law, and kung may magreklamo man, kung may mga tao mga nasaktan, they are always welcome to file the appropriate charges in the proper forum, and so that we can
Sa
discuss
anumang
about it.
pamamaraan,
We can-
basta maaresto mo. Parang ganun ang sinasabi
As long as there is reasonable force, we use reasonable force. And yun nga ang sinasabi namin kung andito si Senator Bato, alam na alam yan, lecture yan ang force continuum. Yun ang basically force continuum is the one that mandates yung
Yung force continuum mo palapad ng palawak. Sabi ko, di ba sabi mo, ang mission mo, arestuhin lang ang dating Pangulo. Bakit pati si E.S. Medialdea, si Attorney Delgra, hindi naman bahagi ng mission mo yon? Di ba escalation na to ng mission? Lumawak na lang ng lumawak. Pati yung iba, dinamay-damay na wala namang kinalaman doon. Inaresto na, kinaladkad na, tinakot na. Tama ba yun?
nakita niyo naman, ma'am, si Attorney Delgra pa lang hinawakan ko, bigla lang pumasok na si Kitty. Lalo na siguro pag andyan sila at pinatayo na ang presidente at dahil
Ako
na sa
naman,
plane.
General, sasabihin nyo sa akin, takot ka sa babae.
Escalation of force lang, ma'am, ang tama lang namin. Tama
Kahit
lang
sa
na
babae?
yung appropriate force lang. Yung appropriate force lang. O
Hindi
delikado
naman
ako.
si PRRD yan Hindi naman yan ang mission order mo. Ang mission order mo si PRRD, hindi lahat ng kalakip na kalapit niya.
Anyway, ma'am, as I said, we'll just, kung may mga gustong magreklamo doon na sa tingin nila ay nalabag ang kanilang mga karapatang pantao, we committed mistakes, let's...
May edad na rin si Attorney Delgra. May sakit si E.S. Medialdea. Tingnan mo naman yung nakaharap sa kanila. Kaya ba nilang pigilan kayong mga pulis na arestuhin si PRRD kung ninais ninyo? Tingnan naman ninyo yung
Yes,
itsura.
yes.
Di ba, libo-libo yan ang pinagmalaki pa, 7,000 ang handa.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, they actually were successful in preventing us from taking custody of the president for 10 hours. Nung inescalate na lang namin at inalis na namin sila sa scene, saka pa lang namin nagawa ang aming mission.
Nagbawalan kami mag-contempt at sinabihan kami na wag na lang. Kaya hahayaan ko na lang kahit labo-labo yung kwento po ninyo. Magtiisan po tayo pero hindi talaga ako natutuwa dahil hindi nagsasabi ng totoo at iba-iba yung sagot. Napakahirap ng ganito. Dumating nga kayo. Hindi naman pala handa magsabi ng katotohanan. Punta na natin yung hindi napunta nun dati, Prosecutor Fadulion, nabanggit ni Attorney Delgra yung Article 59. At sinabi ng DOJ, paulit-ulit, na the Rome Statute does not apply. Prosecutor Fadulion seems to think otherwise. Your March 12 certification repeated it not once but twice. And I'd like to know, when did you issue that certification, which is dated March 12, but which you now say is a mistake?
It was issued on March 12, 2025, Madam Chair. March 12, 2025, in the afternoon.
So you issued it on March 12. Hindi ba dapat bago ma-aresto?
No, ma'am. The certification is supposed to attest to the fact that the DOJ was there to ensure that the arrest of the former president was done without his rights being violated. We were there. We were personally present when the
Yes,
arrest was made.
nakita namin sa video.
Opo. So, ito pong certification ay pinagawa po dahil sa kakailanganin daw po ito sa pagdala kay former president or pag-receive sa kanya pagdating po doon sa Hague. That was the reason why
Hindi namin maintindihan kasi March 12 na umaksyon yung DOJ samantalang sinasabi ni Secretary Remulla kanina na siya nag-order. Paano nagkaganon? Yung order nahuli pa sa March 12. Yung aresto March 11.
Let me clarify, Madam Chair. The certification is supposed to certify to the fact that the former president was arrested. and his date of arrest was on March 11, 2025. Now, erroneously, it was indicated there as March 12, 2025. The certification that we will be presenting to you later was prepared in the afternoon of March 12 to certify and attest to the fact that the former president had in fact been arrested on March 11, 2025. And this was sent to Ambassador Lacanilao for the purpose of him presenting it when the president reached The Hague.
Okay, we've read the March 12 certification. You cited Article 59 of the Rome Statute. Why did you cite it?
We cited it, ma'am, because in the looking at the warrant of arrest as well as the diffusion notice, it made reference to certain provisions of Article 59 of the Rome Statute insofar as the things or matters that had to be attested to. So inilagay lang po namin yun para po makumpleto po or to, how would I say it, to cover all bases that all the requirements that were needed were actually complied with.
Eh, yung pala eh. Mismo yung ating prosecutor, sinasabi yung Article 59 will apply. Bakit dinisregard ninyo, General Torre, nung isinisigaw ni Attorney Delgra yung Article 59? Parang sinabi ninyo na it does not apply, tuloy-tuloy pa rin kayo at binaliwala ninyo yung pakiusap niya yung Article 59.
Ma'am, I always refer the legal issues to the DOJ.
No, nandun ka na eh. Andun na si Attorney Delgra, nakikisuyo na yung Article 59 will apply. Ibig sabihin, magkaroon ng counsel, dalhin sa korte ng Pilipino, at yung iba pang mga patakaran na nakasaad dun sa Article 59. Eh sinasabi na nga nung abogado, sinabi pati ng DOJ ngayon, eh bakit binaliwala mo?
That is something that I cannot decide on at that time, ma'am, and the DOJ is there. I refer everything to them. I defer to their legal opinion. And the order has not changed. The order is still bring the president to the plane that will bring him to The Hague.
So yung Article 59, hindi ninyo alam yon. Sa madaling sabi.
I know that it is a legal question, ma'am. That's why I refer it to the DOJ. That's something that I will not decide upon.
I don't see you referring to anyone. Nakita ko talagang sabi nga ninyo, diskarte na ninyo yon kasi nandun ka, ikaw yung lead officer. Eh di dapat desisyonan mo na. Eh wala ka namang sinasabi doon na talagang i-refer mo na natin sa DOJ. Hindi ka na mahuminto ng ganun. Basta tuloy-tuloy ka lang. Parang binaliwala mo nga yung sabing Article 59. Bakit ganun?
There's no change in order at that time, ma'am. So the mission is still the same. Bring the president to The Hague through
Madam
that
Chair.
plane.
Yes, Senator Bato, please.
He has been telling all the time, telling this committee that the order did not change. Kaya nga, pinaklaro ko dito, yung order na yan galing kay Chief PNP. No? Nadalhin talaga siya sa The Hague. Did it ever cross your mind na mag-isip-isip ka? Itong order na ito, legal ba ito? Am I not violating any provision of the Constitution, yung ginagawa ko ito? Kung sinusunod ko itong order na ito? Hindi mo naisip
Since
yan?
the time up to this point, sir, that question never crossed my mind that this could be illegal. First and foremost, the DOJ team is with me, the Prosecutor General is with me, the Chief of the Philippine National Police is with me. So I don't think there's any reason for me to have any doubt on the legality of the order.
How about yung violation sa Bill of Rights na ginawa ninyo?
Again, sir, the DOJ is with me, the Chief PNP is with me, so I really don't have any reason to believe on or question the legality of the order, sir. So I do believe up to this point, since we started this operation, that everything that we did is within the bounds of the law.
Ako, General Torre, dinig na dinig namin paulit-ulit si Attorney Delgra, Article 59. At nalilito kami, ba't hindi mo tinawagan yung DOJ? Teka, may Article 59 na sinasabi. Abogado ka ba?
Ma'am, speaking of the DOJ, Attorney Fadulyon, the Prosecutor General, was there.
andun kayo at sinagot ninyo yung sinisigaw ni Attorney Delgra na Article 59 ng Rome Statute po.
We were there, Madam Chair, and we heard everything. Pero if I may be allowed po to put things in proper context, kasi yung tinitingnan po nating video is just a portion or a snippet of what actually happened.
Tagal na po namin iniintay yung buo pero wala namang ibinibigay.
Ma'am, hindi po. Maari po siguro nating hingin yan dun sa mga kapulisan because meron naman po sila mga body-worn cameras the whole time that the incident...
Matagal na po namin iniintay at hinihingi.
At any rate po, ma'am, if I may, yun nga po, yung nakikita po nating video at ang ipinapakita po ay isang portion lamang po nung nangyari nung buong araw na yon. Now, yung sinasabi po ninyo na if si General Torre exerted unreasonable force, it was not, if you look at that video on its face, kung yun lamang po, it would appear that way. But if you look at how it escalated from the time that they were brought there up until the time that the arrest was effected, you will understand, or we will all begin to understand what it is that actually transpired. Hindi naman po yan sabihin natin na pagpasok po tuwing pumapasok si General Torre, inamimwersa o nananakot o nagbabanta. Marami pong beses at saksi ho kami doon sa pangapakiusap at pagpapasensya ni General Torre the entire time that the warrant was being effected.
Sinasabi po ninyo, Prosecutor Fadulion, naubos na yung pasensya, kaya wala ng karapatan.
Hindi ko po sinasabing naubos yung pasensya.
Parang ganun kasi sabi, gabi na ang tagal na
yun ho yung perspective ni General Torre. Pero sinasabi ko po, from an observer's point of view who was there, yung proseso po ay sinunod at mahaba hong panahon ang pinadaan bago po tayo dumating doon sa punto na kinailangan ng gawin ni General Torre na siguro pagsabihan at nung hindi sumunod ay pinusasan si former E.S. Medialdea at para lamang po maihiwalay sila kay former President Duterte na yun ang kanila pong gustong makuha. Kasi po, hindi po nakikita ron na sinasabi natin, tumayo lamang naman, naglagay lang naman ng upuan. Hindi po ganun ang nangyari.
Yun ang nakikita sa video
Exactly,
Wala
ma'am.
namang ginamit na dahas, wala namang sigawan, wala namang pagbabanta.
Yes, but
Hindi naman tumulak.
prior to that, Madam Chair, there were instances when the things that General Torre wanted to do were being impeded. So, I would understand also from the perspective of General Torre, he had a mission that he had to implement and accomplish. He could not do it because of the so many dilatory tactics that were employed. So dumating po dun sa punto na nagkainitan at maintindihan ko rin po na kung kailangan pusasan, dahil po hindi naman ho yun ang ultimate na objective niya. Nakiusap ho muna. Nung hindi po sumagot o tumugon dun sa pakiusap, doon na po umabot sa punto na kailangan na pong pusasan.
If I may, Madam Chair.
Pagkatapos sa posasan, ay sino po yun? Yes, Attorney Delgra, matapos posasan, rinilis naman. Tapos sinakay sa eroplano, nagtataka ako paano nagkaganon. Ang gulo So, Attorney Delgra, please.
Yes po, Madam Chair. I take exception to the statement PD Padalion. Yung phrase na it's beyond my pay grade, I heard it from him. I heard it from General Torre and Yusek Nicolas T, whom the first time I met him was inside Villamor Air Base. I also talked to him separately. At I appealed to him. Nakikita niyo muna kung anong ginagawa ni General Torre sa ating presidente. Disrespecting the president, tinatakot, no? We will do it the hard way or the easy way. We have invoking the medical emergency. We have invoking Article 59. At palagi yung sinasabi nitong tatlo na it's beyond their pay grade. Tell me it is not true. Prosecutor General Padulyon, that you told me that.
Prosecutor,
And then
please.
I asked you, whom will I talk to make sense of all what's happening inside Villamor Air Base? You cannot even tell me the name or any name for that matter na pwede kong kausapin.
May I
And
respond?
that's the reason why I take exception to what he's saying. And to say that may dilatory tactic, alas 2 ng hapon, 3 hours after we arrived there, the plane was not yet ready. So there was no delaying tactic.
Yes, prosecutor,
truth.
would you like to respond to Attorney Delgra?
Yes, Madam Chair. Attorney Delgra did approach me and asked me if I could ask if it would be arranged that the former president be brought to the veterans. Yun po ang pinakiusap niya sa akin. Pero ang sinabi ko po sa kanya, susubukan ko pong itanong, pero wala po yan. Hindi ko po desisyon yan. Dahil ang trabaho po ng Department of Justice doon ay para po tiyakin na ang karapatan ng dating Pangulo ay maprotektahan. Okay? It is incorrect to say that there were no dilatory tactics. Kasi from the very start po, dung pagdating pa lang ng eroplano, nandun pa lang ho sa tube, nagsabi na po sa amin na hindi po sila lalabas kung halimbawa pong wala silang kopya ng warrant. So nung nakuha na ho yung kopya ng warrant, lumabas na po sila at dinala po sila doon sa 250th at kung saan sila pinagpahinga. Nandun na po si Attorney Delgra at that time. There were demands for doctors to be there. PNP have brought in their own doctors. Ang nagiging problema po kasi doon, Madam Chair, is that hindi po pinahihintulutan yung doktor ng PNP na i-counter-check yung findings po ng doktor ng
Nako,
dating Pangulo.
prosecutor, alam naman ninyo, physician choice ng arrested, hindi ba? Nung
Yes,
tao.
yes, ma'am.
Hindi naman miski sinong doktor, hihatakin mo. Tapos
Hindi po namin sinasabi na ipinagbabawal o hindi ho pinapahintulutan yung dating.
Nagbawal. 3-4 na oras bago pumasok. Pinaliwanag ni Senator Bongo, nag-iintay sila sa labas.
Hindi ma'am, meron ho nakarating na doktor doon right after, I don't know if it was just before lunch or right after lunch. That is as much as I know. Okay? Pero yung sabihin po na wala hong dilatory tactics, sa dami ho ng pakiusap, magmula nung basahan ni General Torre, si dating Pangulo, marami hong pakiusap na mag-uusap po kasama ang mga abogado. And this happened 2 or 3 times already. Of course, we cannot make decisions also on the requests as far as veterans is concerned.
Bakit po kayo may deadline?
Wala po kaming deadline, ma'am.
Sabi mo, matagal ni.
No, ang sinasabi ko ho, ma'am, is that matagal, yung nakikita natin sa video ay kakapraso lamang. Kung titingnan po natin yung kabuuan na kung ano nangyari, malalaman po natin kung bakit nag-escalate o naging ganun po ang pagtrato o pag-handle ni General Torre nung inaresto niya si E.S. Mijaldea.
May deadline ba o may time frame ang pag-aaresto?
Wala naman pong deadline, kaya lamang po ang tawag nito, the former president was already placed under arrest. General Torre had his orders to have him boarded on the plane. And I think that was the one that he was trying to make sure that he was able to implement that particular time. A lot of time had already passed since the time na nabasahan po. And it was only around, 10 o'clock or past 10 o'clock when it was actually implemented.
Naguguluhan lang kami kasi sinabi ni General Torre, we are going. Unang-una, ma'am, ang reglementary period. Mamalasin naman kami kung hindi namin ginawa ang trabaho namin. Despite your stance na hindi ito warrantless arrest, may warrant kayo. Kaya tatanungin ko na naman si General Torre, please, para maliwanagan tayo, ba't kayo nagmamadali na dalhin sa Hague? At mababiolate ninyo yung Article 125 of the RPC. Ang ibig ba sabihin nun, warrantless arrest ang ginawa natin?
Ma'am, thank you very much for giving me that chance to clarify that 125 statement. Ang nakalagay, ma'am, sa arrested person and with a warrant, deliver to the judicial authority without delay. Yeah. So, ang sa akin, ma'am, is wala na tayong yardstick.
Anong po yung binabasa ninyo?
We're stating
yung
that
Article 125, puro warrantless lang.
Yes, ma'am.
Ano yung reglementary period? Pag warrantless lang, pag may warrant, hindi ganun.
Pag may warrant, ma'am, is to deliver to the judicial authority that issued that warrant without delay talaga yan, ma'am. So, wala akong yardstick kung paano ko i-define
Pero
without delay.
walang panahon, di ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Walang reglementary period.
Yes, ma'am.
So, sinasabi ninyo na nung first hearing na sinasabi ninyo may reglementary period, Tama
hindi
po ba
regulatory
yun?
period, ma'am. Ginawa lang
Sinabi
natin.
mo mamalasin tayo pag hindi natin ginawa yung trabaho sa reglementary period. Nanggaling sa iyo eh. Nagulat nga
That
ako
could be,
eh.
that could be a misstatement that I really thank you for giving me the chance to clarify. Because yung statement sa mga warrant, sa implementation ng warrant, ma'am,
Kasi tinanong pa
To
kita
the
eh,
delivery-
anong reglementary period? Nagulat ako eh. Anong period yun? Tapos sabi mo, Article 125. Nasa transcript po natin, page 205. Arian. So anong kaya ang tama ngayon? Bakit tayo nagmamadali kung wala naman deadline? Ito ay arrest with a warrant? Desisyon na po natin. Naku, Senator Bato, pampresinto na ito. Palagay ko, hindi naman pang general itong mga topic na to. Lalo na yung CIDG pa. You know very well ang Article 125 does not apply to arrests with warrants. Diba? So, either nagsisinungaling or nag-iiwas. Ano ba talaga? General Torre, please sagutin po ninyo, warrantless arrest ba to na may reglementary period? Or arrest with warrant pero nagmamadali kayo dahil sa isang dahilan na hindi masabi?
am I going to answer, ma'am? Are you asking me a question? Because I'm saying a while ago, and I think I was cut in the middle of the explanation, that I'm using that 125 just as a yardstick on how to I will look at the requirement of unreasonable. There's no reasonable
Pag sabi
delay
po ninyo,
supposedly.
mamalasin tayo. Ayan, mga malasin naman kami pag hindi namin ginawa ang trabaho namin.
Because how do
Po. Yes, General, nalilito ako.
the person arrested with a warrant should be delivered to the judicial authority
Did you do
without
that?
delay, which I did. Ang nagbigay ng warrant, ma'am, ay ang ICC. So, hindi man tayo nag-cooperate sa ICC, but we are cooperating with the Interpol. So, we assisted the Interpol in implementing the warrant. And dapat dalhin siya sa
Alam mo,
judicial
Senator
authority.
Bato, please.
Alam mo, General Torre, masyadong hirap intindihin yung kwan mo, yung justification mo. Hindi tayo nagko-cooperate sa ICC, pero nag-cooperate tayo sa Interpol. Anong basis ng Interpol, di ba, ang warrant ng ICC? So kung hindi mo na-recognize yung ICC, bakit mo sinunod yung pakiusap ng Interpol? Sabi mo, hindi nyo na-recognize yung ICC.
Sir, for that
Bakit mo
question,
sinunod yung request ng Interpol na napakadali lang naman sabihin mo na, sorry, Interpol, we cannot implement that because we do not recognize the jurisdiction of the ICC over this country.
Sir Mayor. Sir Senator, ang problema ko kasi dyan, 9851 refers to an international tribunal, not necessarily the ICC. So, for us to surrender him to an international tribunal is within the bounds of the law. Ang nangyari po kasi dito,
At then,
nag-withdraw po tayo sa ICC.
Very clear. Ang sinabi mo.
Nag-withdraw po tayo sa ICC. Pero hindi po natin nirepeal yung 9851. Kaya ho, andun pa rin po yung pamandag na 9851 para maging basis po ng arrest. Pero kung nag-withdraw tayo sa ICC at nirepeal natin ang 9851, wala po tayong problema. In the same way, na kung hindi tayo nag-withdraw sa ICC, entitled po sa extradition process ang presidente. Pero dahil nawala na po yung treaty with the ICC, ay hindi na po entitled sa extradition process. So yun po talaga yung nangyayari dito.
Kaya nga, you keep on citing RA 9851.
51.
Palagi mong sinasabi yan ang basis mo. Pero very clear naman na yung sinunod mo yung ginawa ninyo ay binayulit ninyo yung konstitusyon. Ay, sabi mo kanina, kung may conflict ang konstitusyon at saka yung statutory law natin, nagpe-prevail ang konstitusyon, bakit hindi nyo naisip na sundin ang konstitusyon? Binayulit yung Bill of Rights.
Noong 9851 po kasi, nare-recognize nga po ng 9851 ang International Tribunal. Nire-recognize siya po eh. And it's something that was forgotten in the process of withdrawing from the ICC. Kaya naiwan po yun eh. That's why that option remained for the government to surrender the former president. Pero kung hindi mo tayo nag-withdraw sa ICC, ganun din po, he would have been entitled to Article 59 process of the judicial process. I-validate po sa court yung warrant.
Alam mo sir, ito ibabalik ko sa iyo yung sinasabi mo. In July 2023, you mentioned in one of your interviews that if the ICC will come to the Philippines, you will consider it as usurpation of authority of the Philippine government and violation of Philippine laws. What are the laws you have in mind
ito po yan, no?
violated by the ICC?
Kasi pagpapasok ko sila rito at papasahin nila mag-imbestiga, then they will be usurping the power of the DOJ. Or marami ho talaga mabaviolate na usurpation of authority po ang mangyayari dyan. Kaya nga, ano nga ang nangyayari po dito, ang ICC po ay hindi talaga ang kanilang kapangyarihan ay naiwan lamang sa individual at hindi po sa state. Hanggang ngayon po wala silang power over our state. Ang Pilipinas po ay hindi saklaw sa ICC. Dahil nag-withdraw po tayo sa ICC. Pero yun na rin po ang dahilan kung bakit ang Pangulong Duterte ay hindi po kayang i-invoke itong provision ng ICC tungkol sa Article 59 sapagkat nag-withdraw tayo sa ICC, so wala na ho tayong treaty with the ICC. So hindi na ho applicable yun sa atin.
Alam mo sir, na ikaw pilit mong hinihiwalay, Madam Chair, yung tao at saka yung state. Di ba? Hinihiwalay mo palagi.
Opo. Kasi may ICJ po eh.
Can you define
Kasi
a
ang
state?
ICJ po for the state.
Sandali lang sir. What is a state? Ano ang elements ng state? Di ba? Ang element ng state is territory, people, sovereignty, ano yung pang-apat? Government. Oh. So yan ang state. Ngayon, bakit mo ihiwala yung population? Diyan sa
Kasi
state na yan.
wala hong power over
Walang
government
state
natin.
kung walang population.
Wala hong power ang ICC over our government.
O kaya
Kasi nga hindi na ho tayo, wala na ho tayong treaty eh.
Over our state.
Kasi nag-withdraw po si President Duterte sa ICC na wala na po ang pwede nilang gamitin na kinakailangan pong dumaan po sa korte dahil nga may treaty. Kaya nga hindi ma-invoke ang extradition eh. Yung nga ho yung naging dilema rito. Yung naging gamot ay naging problema.
Bakit mo sinurrender? Kung hindi nga ma-extradite, isurrender mo
May
pa.
warrant of arrest po eh. May warrant of arrest po over the individual.
Eh, sabi mo naman, hindi natin na-recognize yung jurisdiction ng ICC. Kung mag-issue sila ng warrant, bakit mo i-implement?
Alam niyo ho, we belong to a community of nations and mahirap na pong talikuran ng ating responsibilidad sa community of nations, especially that we have embraced international humanitarian law through Republic Act 9851.
Mahirap. Madam Chair,
Balikan na lang natin si General Torre, o kung okay, Senator Bato. Yes. Balikan natin kasi yung arrest with a warrant, you know very well na arrest with warrant yung sinasabi ninyo. Alin ba talaga, arrest with warrant o warrantless arrest? Asa na ba tayo? Nalito na ako. Di ko na
We have a warrant,
masundan
ma'am.
Sorry?
We have a warrant.
You have a warrant. But nevertheless, meron kayong sinasabing reglementary period.
Ma'am, I'm just using it as a yardstick to define new requirements sa arrest with warrant na delivery of the arrested person to the judicial authority na nag-issue ng warrant without undue delay.
But in reality po, that yardstick does not exist.
Yes, of course, ma'am.
Kasi wala naman deadline. pag meron kang warrant, di ba?
I should have delivered him earlier, ma'am, actually, kung tutuusin.
Oh,
Kung
Bakit
hindi,
earlier pa?
kung hindi ako hinadlangan, ma'am, dapat nadala na kaagad yun sa aeroplano.
ganun ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Ilan ang aarestuhin ninyo?
Isa lang naman, ma'am.
E.S. Medialdea,
Isa lang naman, ma'am.
sino-sino pa, si Attorney Delgra. What's the real reason then? Kung hindi naman, sinabi ninyo, hindi naman talaga warrantless arrest. Wala naman talagang reglementary period. May warrant kami galing ICC. What's the reason for the rush to The Hague na hindi man ninyo madala sa isang husgadong Pilipino?
As to the nuances of orders higher than
Wala namang order sa time limit eh.
on the
Ang
orders
sabi lang,
given to me.
i-aresto, di ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Wala namang sinasabi ngayon na, now na. Meron bang ganon?
I just executed the orders given to me, which is to arrest him and bring him to the plane that will bring him to the Hague,
Hindi
ma'am.
pa rin yan ang dahilan kung bakit kayo nagmamadali. Ang taas-taas ng blood sugar ng tao, may edad na. Nakikita naman na hilong-hilo na, natulog na. Ba't nagmamadali-dalin sa Hague yan? Nadali na ninyo arestado na ninyo ba't pa ninyong pinipilit na bumiyahe na kaagad-agad? What's the real reason? Kasi kung talagang reglementary period does not apply, yardstick lang, ano talaga yung totoong rason at wala nang iba? Di sana sinabi nyo nung unang pagdinig, malinaw naman na lahat ng simula noong unang pagdinig hanggang ngayon, pilit ninyong iniiwasan, sumagot ng totoo. Ano ba talaga yung dahilan na nagmamadali kayo?
Ma'am, I will reiterate my answers a while ago. The position that my mission is just bring him to the plane that will bring him to the Hague. As to the rush, if you consider it as rush,
It is a
I
rush.
am not in the,
Kasi
I am
dapat
not
dadalhin
privy.
pa yan sa husgado, di ba?
That is your, that is the,
No,
if
that is
that's-
the law, sir.
If that is the impression that was delivered to you, ma'am, sa akin lang is, those are beyond my competence to answer. Kung sa tingin nyo rush yan, it's not rush, it's something that I have to do na talagang isakay lang siya sa plane because that is the order that was given to me. As to the other nuances of that order, I may not be able to answer that intelligently or competently.
Yes, baka may maidagdag si Ambassador Lacanilaw. Dahil nandun din kayo, may nakita ba kayo na dahilan kung bakit kailangan pumunta sa The Hague? Total, kayo ang madalas pumunta sa abroad at kinatawan ng Pilipinas. May dahilan ba kung bakit nagmamadali tayo?
Hindi po ako hindi po ako aware o competent para sagutin po yung ganon. Kasi ang sa akin naman ho, ang naging role ko lang yung nung nag-volunteer ako na samahan si former President Buta ICC.
Lahat tayo hindi alam ang dahilan kung bakit nung araw na yon kinailangan talaga isakay at dalhin sa Hague kahit may sakit, kahit may karapatan pumunta sa husgadong Pilipino, kahit hindi pa nakikita ang pamilya, ang doktor, ang abogadong pili, talagang kinakailangan dalhin na talaga sa The Hague.
Ambassador Lacanilaw, I find your answers very misleading Kanina pa, yung sinasabi mo na hindi mo alam na hindi pala siya dinala sa competent court, competent judicial authority. Hindi mo alam. Hanggang ngayon, hindi mo pa rin alam. I'm giving you a chance.
Opo, ano po yung Mr. Senator ko, ano po yung nabanggit ko kanina? Yun po.
Nandun ka the whole time, galing sa tube hanggang doon sa Villamor. Nandun ka. Hindi mo rin alam, hindi mo pa rin alam na hindi siya dinala sa judicial authority.
Yes, Mr. Senator.
Hindi mo alam.
Yes, Mr. Senator.
So you're lying. You're lying. Madam Chair, I move to set in contempt Ambassador Lacanilaw.
Last chance, hindi mo alam if nilabas sa Villamor si PRRD? Hindi mo alam?
Hindi po, Madam Chair.
Okay, there's a motion to cite you in contempt. I have to affirm. There being no contrary motion, we uphold the motion to cite Ambassador Marcos Lacanlilao in contempt.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm giving you the chance already kanina. Sabi ko nga, ayaw namin gamitin yung power to contempt dito, to cite in contempt, pero halata na nagsinungaling ka.
Nasa dokumento harap-harapan na po. Mahirap naman yung ganito, konting respeto
Ma'am,
po.
again, may I clarify again, please? Ma'am, it's an extradition form. That's why the questions are answerable by another jurisdiction, but not our jurisdiction. So it's very hard to answer something that works in a different manner.
Hindi nga sir, ang tinatanong namin sa kanya is kung nandun man siya the whole time, hindi man niya, alam niya na hindi dinala si President Duterte sa isang competent court.
Hindi nga
Tapos
ho
sabihin niya, hindi niya alam.
Kaya ho
Siya nga
nag-suffice.
nagsabi na siya nag-oversee sa operation. Tapos hindi niya alam na kung dinala o hindi.
I hope we can reconsider the contempt citing because, sir, kaya ho nag-suffice a certification of
Kanina
Prosecutor
pa kami
General.
nagre-reconsider, Secretary
Oh,
Boying. at
pero
saka
kaya ho
naglalaro
nag-suffice
namin.
sa ICC. Kaya tinanggap nila yung certification po ng DOJ is because under their system of government, under the system of the ICC, ang prosecutor is competent judicial authority. That's why it's very foreign to Ambassador Lacanilao. Hindi naman ho madaling malaman yan unless until ho pinaliwanag yan ni Justice Ascuna sa atin.
Ay,
Na
hindi
magkaiba
naman-
po talaga
hindi naman
ang pagtingin.
Hindi naman kailangan maliwanagan national. Sabi naman nationally, ang liwanag naman po nun. Balikan na lang natin si General Torre. General Torre, ano ba talaga yung dahilan kung bakit nagmamadali? Sinabi mo na hindi naman...
Madam Chair, you have ruled already the citing in contempt. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, if
Yes,
you may...
the ambassador is cited in contempt. I'm sorry. Yes, General Torre, please, we'd like you to be a little bit more forthright and straightforward. What is the real reason for the rush? You yourself said this was an arrest with a warrant. Therefore, no reglementary period as articulated by Article 125 applies. Bakit kayo nagmamadali? Eto nga, may sakit yung tao.
Ma'am, I don't have that impression na nagmamadali ako. I waited for 12 hours. I worked for 12 hours to make sure that he boards on the plane. Yung purpose namin is to bring him to the plane because that's the order. That's my order and that's my mission. So,
Who gave you the order?
Sir,
Who gave you the order?
the Chief of the Philippine National Police, sir.
The Chief PNP. You are giving orders to the CIDG. Who gave you that order?
Sir, I'll invoke my executive privilege.
Bakit executive privilege po? Paano naging executive privilege po? Nangyari na, tapos na eh. Sino nag-order
Ano yung tanong, ma'am?
po?
Can I know the question? Kasi before we continue, ma'am, I'd like to ask for the consideration of the body because can we have a 2 minutes break so I can just whisper to you?
I'll give you the break very, very shortly, but in the meantime, can we just finish Senator Bato's query? Oo, tapusin lang po natin, tapos mag-break po tayo. O, si Senator Bato, please. May tinatanong yata siya kay Chief PNP. At ito ay may kinalaman sa chain of command lang naman. Pakaliwanag. Sinabi na naman ni DOJ...
That's executive privilege po. Basta usapan na po within the executive department. Hindi na ho namin pwedeng ilabas dito. I think those matters are matter of executive privilege.
maliwanag
The decision-making process of the executive department, especially on the top level, kasama na po kami, ay executive privilege. But I have gone as far as saying, I gave the clearance.
Clearance, but not the order.
Well, it can be interpreted both ways, sir.
Well, klaruhin natin, sir. You gave the order or you gave the clearance
I gave the clearance to the SILG.
to the SILG?
Yes.
So meaning the SILG was the one who gave the orders to the Chief PNP?
Well, that's why we are citing executive privilege, because we do not want to be drawn into this long discussion.
Yes, I'm sorry it's so long, but it's also because certain witnesses have been so evasive. Arresting the president or the former president is not a quintessential and non-delegable power of the president, di ba? Yun ang maliwanag sa Senate versus Ermita. Wala namang information that's not available elsewhere. Kasi pinag-usapan na ni General Torre na nautusan siya ni Chief PNP. So, ano yung problema sa executive privilege dito? Hindi naman kayo military o diplomatic corps, hindi naman diplomatic communications to ng Pilipinas at ICC. Wala naman kaming tinatanong sa ganun. Bakit hindi masagot yan? Maliwarag naman po yung Supreme Court at may limitasyon naman yung executive privilege. Tinatanong lang, sino nag-utos? Paano ba na...
Ano po kasi, decision-making process po ng Executive Department ay mahirap pong ilabas lahat ng nangyayari. Ito yung purpose ng executive privilege. That's the reason why this doctrine was drawn by the Supreme Court in the different cases. Kasi
Yes,
dito
that's right.
ang internal deliberations po ng cabinet at top-level leadership ay hindi po talaga pinag-uusapan. I think that we should give it to each other. Yung caucus po na Senate, hindi ko pinag-uusapan yan. I was once as chief of staff, I witnessed a caucus of the senators, but I never spoke about it my whole life because that is the way it works.
In Senate...
Kasi kung meron po naging...
Secretary Remulla, in Senate versus Ermita, it's very clear that General Torre is not covered by the claim of executive privilege. Arresting a person is not a quintessential and non-delegable power of the president. It's very clear. He's not a cabinet member. He's not even the chief PNP. And it's not like this information isn't available elsewhere.
And if it's available elsewhere, then we do not need the answer from him, Madam Senator.
We will let it go. Partida na lang. Marami tayong linggo na binigay ito. Pero sana mabigyan ninyo kami ng konting linaw kung bakit nagmamadali tayo ilabas ang dating Pangulo.
Madam Chair, ang sa akin na ito, gusto ko bigyan ng DN is not really on the arrest.
Yes.
Yung pagbiyahe talaga, yung pagsakay ng eroplano, dinala sa dahig. Okay lang, restorin nyo. Dalhin ninyo sa competent court. Isurrender nyo sa RTC. Ipakulong ninyo dyan sa krami. Pero yung dinala, sinakay ka agad sa eroplano, very much premeditated na plano. Kaya gusto namin malaman kung sino nagbigay ng order. Yun lang naman ang gusto namin malaman ng committee na ito.
Again, it's covered by executive privilege, sir. I'm sorry.
Even with General Torre,
Well, it will go up to our level already.
General Torre, and then
It will go up to our level already, ma'am. And these are internal deliberations which do not have to be discussed in the open. Which should not be discussed in the open at all.
Executive decision?
I do not believe in executive sessions, sir, because
Yes.
I've experienced it here and in the House. Habang nag-executive session, may lumalabas akong information, kaya wag na lang po.
But you requested for a 2-minute suspension. We
Yes,
hereby
yes.
suspend
Please,
for
please.
2 minutes for biological and other matters the hearing.